In this video, we're going to be looking at the area of a circle, and there's a very easy formula for calculating this. It's the area is going to be equal to pi r squared, and this is the same thing as pi multiplied by a radius multiplied by a radius again. And this is all really easily done on a calculator. So let's get started with A. So we know that our radius is going to be the distance from the circumference of the circle to the center. And in A, the radius is equal to 5 meters. Alright, now that we know that, we need to substitute this value into our formula. So our area is going to be equal to pi multiplied by 5 squared, or 5 times 5. Right, now let's bring up our calculator and solve. So first up, we need to find pi. This will be different for a lot of different calculators, but you're just looking for this symbol. Sometimes you may have to hit shift or alpha in order to find it. Right, so pi multiplied by 5, and then if you hit this little symbol here, which is x squared, it will square the term that you last entered. Alright, so once you've got something like that, just hit OK or execute, and you will get that 25 pi, which is 5 times 5 times pi, is equal to 78.53981634. So what we're going to write down is we're just going to put it to one decimal place. Right. So the first thing we're going to write down is 78.5. And that will be meters squared, because it's area. If you look at B, again, we need to look for our radius. Now it's given us the diameter, which is the distance from one end of the circumference to the other while passing through the middle, and the radius is going to be equal to half of that. So if the diameter equals 12, then the radius is going to be equal to 6 centimeters. Now that we have that, we can plug everything into our formula. So our area is going to be equal to pi multiplied by 6 squared, which is the same as pi multiplied by 36. So let's pull up our calculator again. Pi multiplied by 36 and hit execute. Now that equals 113, and then we're going to round up, so it's 113.1. And that is going to be centimeters squared. Now I'm just picking a decimal place that I am comfortable rounding to. You don't have to choose one, it can be 2, it can be whatever you would like, but typically we stick to whatever the question says. And if there isn't one, then you would write something like 1 decimal place here to indicate that the area is not exactly equal to this, but ultimately this is an approximation. Alright. Let's look at the next one. So for C, we've been given the radius is equal to 6.8 meters. And our area is going to be equal to pi multiplied by 6.8 squared. So our area is equal to pi multiplied by 6.8 squared. And then we hit execute, and we get 145, and rounding up, 145.3. And again, you can write to one decimal place. Alright, looking at D, we have our diameter again. So our diameter is equal to 9 meters. That means our radius is equal to half of that, which is 4.5 meters. Again, you can do that on the calculator if you want to. It's not required that you do that in your head. your area is equal to pi multiplied by the radius, which is 4.5 squared. So we just need to do pi times 4.5 squared. Pi multiplied by 4.5 squared, hit execute, we get 63.6. And that's meters squared. Okay, that's it for this video. Hopefully it was helpful, and I will see you in the next one.